410 kilos, Jesus Olivares.
If he gets this, he's going to go 400.
This is a 1,000-pound squat, 600-pound bench, and a 900-pound deadlift.
Absolutely unbelievable lifting. There was a
Strongest,
question mark of whether he could do his best after traveling, and he has shut up all of those critics.
he is the strongest powerlifter that ever lived. And he's performing here today at Sheffield. It's a special moment.
2,000 people are on their feet.
Oh, listen to the crowd cheering.
We've got a chant going. Everybody wants to see this.
I have never felt this before in my life, and I've been commentating for years. Oh my God! I can't believe it! Do you believe it?
Absolutely.
Jesus
Brilliant.
Olivares has ascended, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at him stood there. I wouldn't give him a red light.
How are you going to give that man a red light?
Oh, the tension. I think the crowd will tear the seats out if we don't get that result soon.
Listen to the crowd.
Oh, no lift.
They better protest that one.
No
and there's-
lift. Yeah, the protest is
They
going
better.
in
The
straight
crowd
away.
is the crowd is yelling.
But you know what? He's already put in the best performance that any powerlifter has ever done.
It is regardless, but still the 1,006, 900 would have been special. They're still gonna. He went to the jury. Yeah. Let's just see.
Oh,
please,
the jury's on their feet.
Please, jury, please. Please, jury, please.
The jury, I can see Hanny Smith, he's the chair.
It's overturned! It's overturned!
Jesus
Oh
Olivares.
my goodness! Thank the powerlifting gods it ends well. Oh, what a dramatic finish! It
Best
could have been better.
finish
Is this a
for any
movie?
competition I've ever been to.
Is this a movie or what?
You could not
Wow,
have
that's
written
too
this
dramatic.
script.
Jesus Olivares, the strongest human being.
How much more can I improve? What level is there beyond me? What more can be done? When you do something that's never been done before, when it's you versus you and nobody else, it becomes a question of how much further you want to go.
In a recent polling on the channel, overwhelmingly 70% out of 844 respondents of the poll emphatically believe that last year's Sheffield Champion Jesus Olivares will confidently retain the title of Champion of Champions, further beating even the highly popular Jonathan Cayco, who throughout all 4 rounds received an average of 60.75% of favourable polling. But can Jesus retain his Sheffield crown, continuing his reign as the Champion of Champions, hopefully proving himself to not only be a flash in the pan per se, but an unstoppable fixture within the current generation. First breaking the 1,000 kilograms barrier in 2020 as a junior athlete, last season the world witnessed Jesus not only shattering the legendary 5 times IPF former World Classic champion Ray Williams' prior world record total of 1,112.5 kilograms, but arguably, on his quest to greatness, the athlete redefined human's capacity with a mind-numbing total of 1,152.5 kilograms, ultimately becoming the 3rd strongest existing powerlifter on the planet, whether tested, untested, equipped, or otherwise. There are only 2 other athletes at current that are ahead of the brawny athlete, who are Daniel Bell and Petri Petras, all of whom competed equipped. Once again, could Jesus retain his crown, and also, who are his main rivals to the title and main prize? As per usual, if we are to take great notice of the superstar athletes' year-on-year average total progression, which subsequently stands at 1.41%, with a median of 3.14%, in turn, forecast a baseline total projection ranging between 1,095.23 kilograms to 1,113.91 kilograms, which is below Jesus' IPF record of 1,152.5 kilograms by a margin of 3.35% to 4.97%, all of which is enough to insinuate that Jesus is likely to relinquish his title to his fellow competitors. However, if we are to objectively assess his probability of success or otherwise, purely based upon the athlete's last season historic total of 1,152.5 kilograms, the athlete's outlook appears more promising, with a probable new monster total between 1,168.75 kilograms, therefore crushing Petrie's equipped total record and further upwards of an unbelievable 1,188.69 kilograms, which would amazingly qualify Jesus as the strongest undisputed powerlifter, whether tested, untested, equipped, or otherwise. Nevertheless, as stated in recent videos, to be crowned champion of champions at Sheffield, such is entirely based upon the extent or degree by which the prior IPF total record is broken. For example, last year, Jesus reportedly broke the prior total record by a margin of 4.299%. Consequently, even with a stratospheric total ranging within the top end of 1,188.69 kilograms, equates to a margin between 1.41% to 3.41%, which is essentially 0.889% to 2.889% below last year's highlighted margin of 4.229%, all of which, in some instances, makes its grasp increasingly tenuous or weaker. Interestingly, even though both Delaney Wallace, who received only 6% of the polling out of over 700 respondents within the second round, and similarly, and Coyote Oshiyami, who in the first round of polling received 4% of the public vote, on paper at least, stands as the two primary protagonists or challenge for the towering Jesus, without taking in account of the individual athletes' worst-case scenario totals. The 2 times IPF World Classic champion, 82.5 or 83 kilograms, Delaney Wallace, for example. The year-on-year average total stands at 2.92% with a median of 4.05%, which theoretically result in a low baseline projection of 838.80 kilograms, which is 0.26% below Russell Ory's IPF and world record total of 841 kilograms. On the other hand, his top end stands at 848 kilograms, which is relatively 0.83% above the total record of 841 kilograms. However, if Delaney can regain his athletic form, whereby he totaled 835 kilograms last season, it is not improbable that the unflappable athlete could increase his baseline projected total between 859.38 kilograms and 868.82 kilograms, which in effect ensures a margin between 2.19% to 3.31%, plus shattering Russell's 2021 total record of 841 kilograms. Comparatively, Delaney's low-end margin is 0.78% above Jesus' low end of 1.41%. However, on the top end, there's a meager difference of 0.10% below the champion's projected minimum baseline projection of 3.41%. Japan's Oshiyama, who was positioned at 8th place at last year's Sheffield Championships, has a year-on-year average total progression of 3.55%, with a median of 1.87%, which equates to a total ranging between 705.44 kilograms to 717.08 kilograms. alongside a margin which is 0.64% below 66 kilograms Eddie Berglund's IPF record of 710 kilograms, including a top-end margin of 1% above the stipulated IPF total record. However, if we were to entirely account for Oshiyama's last season's best total of 712.5 kilograms, which is 2.5 kilograms above the IPF total record of 710 kilograms, his projected baseline margin increases between 2.23% to 3.91%, which equates to a minimum total ranging between 725.82 kilograms to 737.79 kilograms. Comparatively, a 2.23% margin is 0.82% above Jesus' low-end baseline and 0.5% above the champion's projected top end of 3.41%. However, overall, it appears that such suggests that Jesus may most likely need to hit his top end, or at least in close proximity, to increase his probability of securing both the title and main prize. It becomes even more apparent if other mentioned athletes' reliability and failure rates for each discipline are taken into account. For example, Delaney's squat reliability stands at 77.93% with a failure rate of 22.87%. Furthermore, his bench press reliability stands at 84.03% with a failure rate of 15.97%, including a deadlift reliability of 70.62% alongside a failure rate of 29.38%. Comparatively, Oshiyama's squat reliability currently stands at 91.67%, better than both Jesus' squat reliability of 83.33% and Delaney's historical reliability. However, in stark contrast, for the bench press discipline, the athlete's reliability plummets to 34.63% with a failure of 65.37%, which is significantly below Jesus' bench press reliability of 83.33%. Oshiyama's deadlift reliability is slightly better than the bench press, however, only by a marginal difference of 5.89%, with a reliability of 40.52%, whilst in comparison to Jesus' reliability of 49.03%. If Yoshiyama can drastically improve upon his level of reliability, plus regain his early 2023 season form, the chances of success may increase for the athlete. If not, especially if both athletes are not up to the task of challenging the defending champion on that particular day of competition, other secondary protagonists may still pose a significant challenge, such as Jonathan Cayco, who has a projected margin between 1.46% to 1.59%. Last year's 74 kilograms IPF World Classic silver medalist Timothy Monigatti, with a margin between 1.99% to 2.48%. Gavin Adin, who has a baseline margin between 0.57% to 1.75%, and 74 kilograms Carl Johansson, who inspiringly became the youngest within the 74 kilograms weight class's history to be crowned Open or Senior Classic champion at the age of 22. The average age of prior Senior or Open World Classic champions currently stands at 32.6. His projected baseline margin stands at a relative 1.57% to 1.90% above Taylor Atwood's IPF total record of 790.5 kilograms. Anyway, kindly leave your comments below and share your thoughts. Blessed love, everyone.